Okay, we are live and everything's working. Yes. Okay, good. So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you today? Everyone good? Good. All right, awesome. So today we're going to be traveling to the U.S. state of Georgia.
Georgia.
Yeah, not to be confused with the country of Georgia, all the way on the other side of the world. Yeah, let's be clear about that. So, by a show of hands, has anyone been to Georgia? So just 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 people who've been to Georgia. So how were your experiences?
I just went through. I didn't get to experience all the great things they have there, but I did drive through there.
Okay, that's cool. But anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about this U.S. state that's also known as the Peach State. Yeah, we're going to talk a little more about that. So let's get started, shall we? So we're going to talk about the U.S. state seal, state of Georgia, and you have here the Constitution, and you have the establishment of the state, 1776. That date should be familiar to those of you who paid attention in class because that was right around the American Revolution. And then you have the state's motto, wisdom, justice, and moderation.
Nice.
That's what they stand for. So let's move on to the next slide, shall we? So Georgia is located right down here. So Georgia is bordered by Florida, Alabama, South Carolina, North Carolina a little bit, and Tennessee, as well as the Atlantic Ocean down here. So Georgia is one of those U.S. southern states right down here. And you're going to notice a pattern that within the United States, right around the southern area, there's a lot of diverse geography and climates that range from the very cold in certain places to the very warm, and especially within the lowlands. And so with Georgia being situated right here, it's going to get a lot of coastal weather. So it'll be cold during the winter, but it'll be pretty warm during the spring and summer times. So plan your trip carefully if you're ever going to go there. So like I said, it is nicknamed the Peach State. It's because along the lines right over here, that's where a lot of peach production is. Yes.
Does it rain over there?
Yes, it does, especially during the autumn and winter seasons. So if you guys are planning to go there, be sure you pack a raincoat too. And the capital of Georgia is Atlanta, but it also happens to be the largest city. And like I said, its motto is wisdom, justice, and moderation, nicknamed the Peach State. So if you guys like the cold over there, I think you'd like it.
Nice.
So let's move on and talk about some brief history. So this is what Georgia used to look like once upon a time during 1763. Georgia was just this land, but then they expanded a little further westward. So this was the charter boundary, this is the western claim, and then this was, disputed land with Spain, but that was all resolved. And what you have to understand is that Georgia at the time, it was much bigger because there was a lot of fertile land for agriculture. In other words, farming. So they grew things like peaches, they grew things like tobacco, and they grew a whole assortment of fruits and vegetables that grew in subtropical locations because, Florida is down here, so why not, right? So, like I said, 1776, that's when it was established as a state, during the Revolution. And then it underwent numerous changes, and it became one of those states that was well known for not just its agriculture, but it was pretty well known for its economic booms and ups and downs. So Georgia today is very well known for its diverse climates and geographies, and it's also pretty well known for being a hotspot for anyone looking to, go hiking, especially up the Appalachian Mountains, which would be somewhere about here. And to those of you who are wondering, where does Georgia get its name? Well, when the U.S. colonies were just colonies of the British Empire, they were named after certain people. In the case of Georgia, it was named after King George II, who the revolution was fought over. So let's talk about what Georgia's known for. So this is the Appalachia, or at least the top part of it.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, so I do say right now, if you're afraid of heights, I would not recommend you go up here because this is one of the highest peaks in the mountain regions. I might have missed out a little bit of information here that Georgia is somewhat mountainous because of the Appalachia region, but there are lowlands, there are valleys, there are places that are not exactly hills and mountains. This is just one of them. So anyone want to go up high? No, I see people nodding their heads. Don't worry about it.
No, I can't go up there.
Yeah, no, you're afraid of heights too?
I do.
Yeah, all right, cool. If you're not afraid of heights, then you're going to love this one.
Look at that little thing at the very top.
Yeah, that I believe is a lighthouse. This is another part of the Appalachia.
How beautiful.
Yeah, this is a natural waterfall. I mean, not a natural. Yeah, it's a natural waterfall, but it's surrounded by these man-made structures. This is a bridge. So in other words, you could stand on this bridge and you could look down the waterfall right over here. Yeah, so believe it or not, this attracts well over hundreds of thousands of people.
Really?
Yeah, I would love to go there.
Now, I would go see that.
Yeah.
Does that mean I have to go up the mountain though?
No, this is a much lower part of the mountains. Don't worry about it. So let's talk about a little bit of, I believe this is Savannah. So what you're going to notice in Georgia is that a lot of these communities, they tend to have a lot of these old-timey type of architecture. This has been around since the early 1800s. A lot of these architectures. This is what is often referred to as colonial architecture because, well, it was established during the colonial era. And you'll see a lot of these streets. Yeah, these are new. This is kind of new. But a lot of these buildings have been around for a long time. They probably have overseen dozens of presidents throughout its history. So that's just one thing.
Hey, real close attention because I'm going to show you something in a second. Jermy's getting me done. Remember this picture, okay?
And this is Tybee Island. It's a small island off the coast of Georgia, and it's the only open beach in Georgia. So if you guys want to go to the beach, hang out over there, yeah, this is the only place where it's like total open beach, kind of like Southern California.
So it's not like our beach. That one's
No.
like our beaches, but they don't have beaches like that all over like here.
No, pretty much. Yes, have you been there?
That would be.
Yeah. And you'll see the Tybee Island Lighthouse right over there. Yeah, this lighthouse has been around for a while. And I hope you guys are not afraid of scary stories because Savannah is pretty well known for being haunted.
Whoa. I'm staying home.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Savannah takes the honorary title as the most haunted city in America. It has been said more ghost sightings have been found here than anywhere else in America.
But can you remember the last 3 pictures we just saw? Guess who took those?
Right.
Mr. Henry.
Mr. Henry Michaels.
Henry went to Georgia and he took these tours.
What?
Yes.
Well, I can't tell him.
Yeah. Henry went to Georgia.
Yep, and just so you,
shared with us.
He's doing that?
Yeah.
these are his pictures.
These are Henry's pictures.
Georgia is.
Yeah, that's not something Jeremy just found. Mr. Henry shared those with us.
And I'm not making this up.
Isn't that cool?
Henry can even attest to himself that this is a very haunted location.
He took a tour.
What?
This is a
Yeah.
ghost tour. Here you have a tour guide explaining the haunted locations. Houses are not the only places that are haunted. This statue right here is haunted too. So you're not safe in or out.
No, we're not.
So if you guys see a ghost, please take some
Right.
pictures. But take pictures first and then run.
But yeah, isn't that cool that Mr. Henry got to show us these pictures on his trip?
Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, let's tell some spooky stories. This is Atlanta.
You have to tell Henry you saw his pictures, huh?
Yeah. Yep. Although I don't think Henry might have told me about Atlanta right over here. So, ladies and gentlemen, Atlanta, Georgia. This is just the downtown area.
It's beautiful though.
So Atlanta, like I said, is both the capital and the largest city in the state. It is very well known for its aerospace, transportation, logistics, film, and television production, as well as professional sports and business services, medical services, and information technology. In other words, it does a lot of things. So yeah, if you ever go to Atlanta, you're going to be finding a lot of these buildings over here. They serve numerous functions, one way or the other. Yes, film productions happen here too. So let's move on to the next slide, shall we? Let's go back to Savannah real quick. I just wanted to share this. This is the Skyline downtown view of Savannah. Well, not Skyline, but the idea being this is just one area. It looks beautiful on the outside, but wait until you get to the spooky places. I kind of wish this was Halloween, so it would be very fun. Yeah.
I think it's beautiful though.
Beautiful until you
Is that a bridge back there?
Oh, yeah, it's a bridge. By the way, this is a bridge.
Wow.
That's a bridge.
Don't they have a lot of bridges there though?
They kind of do, but they also kind of don't. A lot of it.
My friend used to live there, and they used to say the highways were hard to
Yeah,
know them.
just because where they're situated, you know, you have these rivers that run through the cities. You have rivers that run through everywhere. Yep. So whoever wants to go to Savannah, you may want to look at night.
I would love to see stuff like this.
Yeah. So let's move on. Any sports fans in here?
Yeah. Look, Matt. Look, Shannon. Who's that? Atlanta Hawks.
Atlanta Hawks. Yep, the Atlanta Hawks. They are a well-known basketball team. Yeah, they're a well-known basketball team, and trust me when I say this, they're one of the biggest teams. You got to be one of the biggest teams to play at a really big stadium, as I'm about to show you right now.
Did you see it?
I got it.
Everybody see it?
Well, pay attention because this is where they play. State Farm Arena.
Jermy, look at that. Jermy, look at that.
Yep, so if you're one of the biggest sports teams, you're going to be playing in an arena like this. So, ladies and gentlemen, this was the arena. I think this was like before they underwent renovations, because State Farm Arena went through some renovations, and they ended up updating a lot of these things.
Who? You?
So yeah. So anyone a fan of the Hawks?
No.
Yeah. Well, this is their stadium. Yeah. So be tolerant of their sports teams, please.
All right.
Let's move on to the
What
next
a
one.
nice arena. But do you guys see? Look all right here how the seats are empty and they're still, although it looks like a lot of people in there, do you guys still see how they're social distancing? Do you see that? There's only certain people in certain sections.
I can pay there. I can pay there.
You'd like to play there? That would be cool.
Yeah.
Does it look like the Hawks are winning?
No.
No.
Yes, they are 15-13.
Someone says no.
You
You guys, do you see the Bulls here that says 13 on it?
Bulls says 13 and the
Hawks says 15. So who's losing exactly? I wouldn't say they're losing.
We're only in the first quarter, so.
As you can see right here, first quarter, 6:04. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Whoa.
This was when they got the renovation.
Whoa.
People, This was in 2019.
That's beautiful.
Yep. So now they updated the lights. They updated the seats. Got the jumbotrons.
Yeah.
This was a multi-million-dollar renovation.
Wow.
Millions upon millions of dollars went to these renovations. So if you ever want to go to a sports stadium, I would love to go to State Farm Arena.
Let's see that.
Yeah. Let's move on to the next one. Anyone a fan of the Falcons? Yeah.
What do you think about that, Matt?
No, thank you.
No, thank you, he says. No, thank you, he says. Well, you know what?
That used to be your mom's team, Shannon?
Go far.
Awesome. She liked the Falcons?
Yeah.
She liked the Atlanta Braves? Awesome.
Yeah. So
You know you're fucking great.
Alrighty.
this is another well-known sports team.
What
So
do they play, Matt? What's Atlanta Falcons play? Do they play soccer? Do they play football? What do they play?
Matt, let me give you a hint.
What do they play, Shannon? Alright, football.
So remember when I said that the Hawks played at a very nice stadium? So do these guys, as we're about to see right now. Mercedes-Benz Stadium. This is just the outside. Let's see what the inside looks like.
Here we go.
Yeah.
This is a Mercedes.
Almost like we're on the field, huh?
Hey, Carl. I did. I got 3 times on you.
You've been there 3 times?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
There you go. There you go. Should have asked you first. This is what the Mercedes-Benz Stadium looks like on the bottom.
Are we ready again?
Here's another look at it.
Here we go.
Guys, pay attention.
Here we go.
Right here.
Whoa.
This is the ceiling. You got your jumbotrons right here. You got your extra seatings down here. And yeah, when this photo was taken, Elton John was on his farewell tour.
Do you guys see how the ceiling is open?
This thing just opens up and you'll see the clear blue sky. Unless it's raining, then yeah, you're going to get wet. You're going to get rained on. Bring your raincoats. Yep. Who's hungry?
That looks like fries.
Because it is.
Macaroni and cheese and greens.
Collard greens. So I might have mentioned this a while back, but you're going to notice a pattern with foods throughout the American South, the mountain regions. This seems to be a common staple amongst their diet.
That looks good.
It's a very common staple. So you're going to see these everywhere. Georgia is not that different. Who's hungry for more?
Me.
Barbecue! So let me explain. Pulled pork, bratwurst, briskets, ribs, and more chicken. And your choice of barbecue sauces. Once again, this is a common occurrence within the southern states.
Yummy.
So you're gonna see this.
Making us hungry, Jeremy.
Well, you know, like I said. Well, I'm sorry, you guys. When you gotta look at other cultures, you gotta look at the food too, you know.
Here we go.
Oh, Juan's dessert.
Oh, yes. Is that peach cobbler?
Yep. Yep.
Yummy. One of my
You like peach cobbler?
favorites.
Yeah. So
Yes, Vicky? Mine too, Vicky. Peach cobbler.
so yeah.
Me too.
So yeah. Yeah.
I can go to Atlanta to get it?
Peach cobbler?
All right.
Yeah, Georgia's called the peach state. They produce a lot of peaches, so of course they're going to incorporate it in their dessert. Let's add one more thing to the menu, shall we?
Here we go.
Good.
Who likes cornbread?
Oh, cornbread.
Yeah.
Yes. Tim, do you like cornbread? You like cornbread?
Yep.
Awesome.
Cornbread's another staple. You're going to notice this. A lot of farm areas, they grow corn, they grow sugar, they grow a lot of these things. So, yeah, it kind of goes without saying, you're going to see a lot of corn too.
Now, Vicky said she eats hers with syrup. Does anybody else eat it with something else? I usually put a little butter. Anybody else eat it with something?
I think this is honey.
I know something else. Yeah, some people put honey on it.
Yeah.
Any
So,
other ways you guys eat your cornbread? Yeah. What about chili?
Chili.
Chili.
never heard of that before.
You break it up in your chili. You're right.
Never heard of that before.
Yeah, you did.
All right, I'll take your word for it. I'll try it. So let's talk about some famous people. Recognize this guy?
I do.
Who's that, Matt? Who's that, Shannon?
Great player.
Who?
What's his name?
Blue Box.
No.
Ow.
Try it again. Who's that, Shannon?
No.
Okay, Jeremy's gonna tell us.
This is Jackie Robinson.
Jackie Robinson.
That's cool.
He's from the city of Cairo. And to those of you who don't know, Jackie Robinson was the first Black American to play in MLB, Major League Baseball.
Whoa.
Yep, integrating the sport for the first time. And this was at a time when he played for the Kansas City Monarchs, and this is when the Dodgers were in Brooklyn.
So that's why the B is up there.
Yep, Brooklyn Dodgers.
Yeah, Shannon thought it was for Boston.
Oh, no. So let's move on to the next one. Who's this?
Who's that? Who knows who that is? I do. Who is that, Georgia?
Elvis Presley.
No.
Good try, though. Good try.
Let me give you a hint. He sings, Georgia, Georgia.
Ray Charles, you're right.
Yep, this is Ray Charles.
You're right, Matt.
Yep, singer, songwriter, pianist, composer. He pioneered the soul music genre.
Yes.
Yep. So,
You're
Yep.
right, Vicky. He is blind, but
he was also,
great job, though, right?
just like Stevie Wonder, he played blind. He overcome his disabilities and played music for massive audiences all across the country.
Huh?
He's a king too sometimes.
He's a king, too, to you?
I think he's a king.
Oh, using a cane.
Awesome. Oh, used a cane?
Yeah. Did he? I don't remember
I
that.
don't remember.
Me neither. He probably did, as far as we know of. Oh, just like another client, yeah.
Right.
So let's move on to the next one. Who is this?
Who is this? Say it, Shannon. Say it again, Shannon. Who is that? No, it's. Who did you just say it was, Shannon? You said it right. Very good. Martin Luther King Jr.
This is Martin Luther King Jr., ladies and gentlemen. Civil rights activist and a civil rights leader. Fought for racial justice in a time when racial inequality was a thing. So, yep. So upon his death, ladies and gentlemen, he was buried in Georgia, where he was from, as we're about to see. Go to Georgia now. This is where he's buried. That's his tomb.
Whoa.
All over the country, people come over to see the tomb of the man who fought for justice and equality for all. He was one of my heroes growing up. He was the one who taught me from beyond the grave that we should all be respectful and kind to each other. We should always
Yes.
never judge people by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Thank you. So let's move on to the next one. So this is Georgia's physical map. So you'll notice that most people live in Atlanta and then everyone else is scattered all over the place. So, like I said, Atlanta is both the capital and the largest city. So you're going to see a lot of people there. And as of 2020, there are 10 million people living in Georgia.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
That's a lot of people.
Yep. And they all live in that one city. Well, most of them live in that one city. Then you have Savannah down here, like I said. And then I know it says Albany here. There's another city of Albany in New York City. It's the capital of New York's, not New York City, New York State. So yeah. And then you have another Columbus. Yeah, there's a Columbus, Ohio.
Wow, how you, like you were saying earlier too, there's a Georgia somewhere else too.
Yeah, and another part of the world.
Wow.
So the most common ancestry are English, German, and Irish, kind of like Laura. Yep. Shout out to Laura.
Shout out to Laura.
Yeah, Matt.
Guys, when my friend of course, my house, his old ex-girlfriend, they're from Atlanta.
They're from Atlanta?
Yeah,
Awesome.
Georgia.
You'll see that all over here.
Alright.
So in case you're wondering, people, Henry's been here. Very
That's
close to
where
the coast.
Henry went, where he shared his pictures with us.
It's a small place, but it's the most haunted in America. So that's where he got his ghost stories from.
He said it was beautiful, though. He said it was so beautiful.
Apart from that, yeah, it was beautiful.
Now,
What a beautiful
No
trip he said when he
cold,
took
no
it that
I
time.
know.
Yep. So let's conclude today's class, ladies and gentlemen. So this is the license plate, Peach State, and then you got peaches over here. Yep. So if you guys ever want to try a peach cobbler made in Georgia, there you go.
You with me, Mickey? Yes. Yes.
So Georgia was one of the original colonies in the U.S. that became part of this country that we live in right now. There are things that change. There are things that don't. But one thing that we do know is that when we go to Georgia, we're going to see some beautiful landscapes.
Yes.
We're going to see some sporting events, even if the sports teams are the ones we don't root for.
Yes.
Looking at everybody
Matt
here.
said he's been there a few times,
Yeah.
so,
I did.
yeah.
You're going to try the foods over there and meet the people. So if you're ever interested in going to the Peach State, well, try some peaches.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll see you on the
What
road.
did we say? Thank you, Jeremy. Awesome job.
Hey.
Good job, Jeremy.
Good job, Jeremy.
Thank you.
Okay, Jeremy.
Yeah. Okay. So sticking around a little longer. So I might have forgotten to mention a little something. So Fountain Valley, Elwyn, California is we're going to be hiring pretty soon. So
If you know someone.
if you know someone who is
looking for a job.
yeah, so just follow us, Elwyn Fountain Valley. Just remember, we're right next to the 405. So you could also visit our website, elwyn.org. And if you're interested in working at Elwyn, please visit our website, talk to the people here. And hopefully you get to join part of our crew. And hopefully Maybe we can have some people on live streams. Just saying.
Join our team.
Join our team. We are one big team. We're all
One
in this
big
together.
happy family.
Yep. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Jer.
Bye,
We
Jerry.
appreciate you. Don't forget, come join Ellen.
Go see, go for me.
All right.